world of sports, eh?
Oh, he's copped a head right to the nuts. Tedesco's butt crack. Ahoy! He's nearly taken security's head off.
I have no idea what the wasted world of sports is.
Wasted World of Sports, ahoy! Welcome back. UFC, ahoy mate, laying the smacketh down in the chat room. Laying down the law, sir. I like it. Game number 2, and I can tell you, news out of Suncorp Stadium, it is absolutely bucketing down with rain. Torrential downpour. It's a great equalizer. When you can see the rain on TV, you know it's really, really heavy. Dan Jam, ahoy mate, welcome back. Game number 2 of this Friday night doubleheader. Because you know how on TV and everything with the filters, it's very hard to see rain sometimes. Or most of the time. It has to be really, really heavy for it to be noticeable. Torrential downpour is the great equalizer. This is where I have now swung well and truly in favor of the Broncos in a tight one, because the rain is going to nullify the Cowboys' speedsters. The Cowboys like to put it through the hands. They like to run, right? You can't do that in torrential downpour. Cowboys are going to make mistakes. Adam Reynolds, with the superior kicking game, is just going to kick the Cowboys to death into the corners. In my opinion, this game is now well and truly in favor of the Broncos. Adam Reynolds is just going to pin them into the corners. The Cowboys are going to play their natural game, which is to throw it around and get it out to the backs. Even though they've got a really solid forward pack, they could very easily play tight if they want to, but that's not the Cowboys' way. I think the Cowboys play their natural game. They make a lot of mistakes. Adam Reynolds just pins them into the corners all night long, and the Broncos win in a close one. I was torn on this game leading into it, but seeing just how heavy the rain is, I'm all in on the Broncos. Rod Walker, ahoy mate. Welcome back for game number 2 of this doubleheader and this big weekend of Wasted World of Sports action. Rod Walker says, thanks for your streams, Dan, from a guy working in Asia. Oh, nice. Whereabouts in Asia? I mean, without getting too specific. I mean, up to you. You can be specific if you want to. I was just meaning country. It's always nice to share. Oh, the Philippines. Is that right? Very nice. There you go. I've got to say, now, I developed quite a large following from the Philippines on one of my other gaming channels. It's very unusual to have a tune-in from the Philippines on the sports channel. Well, anyways, welcome along. I'll tell you something then, Rod Walker, that you may or may not be extremely familiar with. In that case, being over there in the Philippines, I can tell you that one of my favorite, well, actually probably my favorite Filipino dish, dinuguan. Beautiful. Exquisite. Previous to that, you were in Hong Kong and Macau, and then Europe and Israel. Good Lord, you've been Rod Walker's been everywhere, man. He's been everywhere. Dan Jam just wants to know the next baseball bet. Well, I can tell you, I cashed out. You'll be very happy to know I cashed out I have now used a portion of that money and I have loaded up. Oh, God. I'll tell you some of the bets that I've loaded up on with some of the money I've dedicated. Also, I'll be cheering on the Phillies tomorrow, by the way. I'll be quietly devastated if the Braves get up and win, cashing out at 850. But get a load of this one. Okay, I've done, just for a laugh, this has got really very little chance of getting up. But I've got an 8-leg. Tomorrow's horse races. Flemington, Rose Hill. A combination of the two. I've got 8 legs. Back in the winners. A $1 stake. $17,566 payout if it wins. How crazy is that? I hope that I get a few legs up early in that one. I'd like to see what the cash out offer is on that one. I'll tell you what I will never try, though. This is funny because I love the Dinuguan, which is, of course, the pig's blood. But not in a million years. Not in a million years would I ever try balut. Huh? That's a no-go for me. Not happening. Jamie, ahoy, mate. How you doing? I don't know what he's asking pardon for. J. Joe, ahoy, buddy. Moronic douchebaggery, ahoy. Oh, you tuned in when I was saying the dollar amount. Yeah, $1 bet, $1 stake, potential $17,500 return, or thereabouts. Moronic douchebaggery says she's going to be a sloppy win for the Broncos. Agree, Reynolds will dictate this game. I ended up cashing out, Jamie. I was just talking about that. I ended up cashing out. They gave me a cash out offer of $851. And the chat room successfully talked me into taking that offer. Considering it was just $1 bet. So the chat room was pretty unanimous in saying, a $1 bet, mate, take the $850. Do not put yourself through that stress of having to sit through that last game just for the sake of an extra $800. Use the money, right? Cash out, take the $800, keep $700 of it, and put $100 into other bets. So I ended up doing that. As soon as the stream ended, I cashed out. I took my $851, and I've used it to place some other wagers, the $17,000 one. All right, Cowboys running out onto an extremely wet Suncorp Stadium. It seems like the rain has kept the crowd away as well. Torrential downpour, advantage Broncos. Sione for Ave, ahoy there, mate. And before the game gets underway, I do need to do a very special shout-out to the Wasted World of Sports All-Stars. James, Dustin Fisher, Richard J, Who's Your Caddy, Mr. Ed's Dead, Robert M, Vobsy, Kelly, and DJ Shaq, thank you very much for being a channel member. Joining the Wasted World of Sports All-Stars, $1.50 membership. If you would like to join and be part of the All-Stars, support the channel, you can click the join button on the YouTube channel or join us on Patreon. The home side is out onto the field. There he is, Adam Reynolds. I can't help but notice this uniform that they're wearing. Replica of the old school. What was this? Was this the 91, 92 jerseys? Kathleen Panao. Go Cowboys. Crazy stuff. Okay, so apparently the rain has only really been heavy, apparently, for the last 15 minutes or so. Well, if that's the case, this is a really abysmal turnout. I was thinking it's just perhaps been raining all day, and therefore that's kept the crowd away. But no, apparently not. Don't forget one of our newest shirts available, the Penalty Broncos t-shirt, and I'll get that plug in very quickly because we're about to do a minute's silence for Carl Webb. Carl Webb was obviously battling some... Can you drink your beer for the whole minute? Well, that would ensure that I actually keep quiet for once during the memorials. The knee crumbler. Ahoy there, mate. Adam Reynolds getting ready for the kickoff. If the rain continues, remember, advantage Broncos. Adam Reynolds will kick the everlasting, the ever-living balls off the Cowboys. And we are underway at Suncorp. Let's get this game going. It is the Broncos with the kickoff. Let's see if the pre-game prediction comes to pass. Oh yeah, my bet. My wager for this one is obviously 4 legs, so ignore the 3 that I've accidentally left there. We've got the Broncos with a 12.5 line. We've got Jesse Arthurs. We've got Nanai. We've got Felt. I put that on before I realized it was raining, though. 5th and last for the Cows. The Chad puts the kick in from halfway. Straight down the throat of Sailor. And here is somebody we really need to keep an eye on. Tristan Sailor. And it's a penalty for a leg pull. Well, that's a little bit of a homer call. A cheeky leg pull. Let's have a look. Was there? Yes, there was. Reece Robson. Silly. Penalty Broncos, though. See? That's why I made that t-shirt. For moments just like this, when the Broncos will get all the penalties at Suncorp Stadium. Head-to-head between these two teams at Suncorp Stadium. The Broncos have won 9 of the past 12. Game ML, ahoy. Wanimu. You've got the Cows 1-12, Holmes and Cobbo, anytime try scorer. So many really red-hot anytime try scorer options in this game, isn't there? Really difficult to decide. Here's the Broncos on the attack, though. They get a 6 again. They're 10 meters out on tackle 1, looking for the first points of the game. Walters sends it left to Carrigan. Dummies inside, goes outside to Mam. Short pass off the shoulder to Hunt. 5 out from the line now. Broncos, tackle 2. From dummy half goes Billy Walters, and that's the first try of the match. Billy bloody Walters. And the Broncos are off to a crazy hot start. 4 points to 0. Conversion to come from right beside the post. What a start for the home team. The Cowboys are prone to this. We were talking about it in the pre-game as well. The Cowboys are prone to early defensive lapses. Remember that all the Cowboys game, I'm pretty sure each one of the Cowboys opening round games, they've ended up winning. But in every game, I'm pretty sure they have surrendered a very early deficit of 10 or more points. And it looks like tonight's going to be no different. And in the wet weather, it's not going to be so easy to pull that back. Look at the water glistening off Alfie Langer's head. What a crazy start for the Broncos. Well, I can say one thing for sure. That 12.5 line is looking more than comfortable at the moment. The UFC OnlyFans says, my father was a relentlessly self-improving... What is that? Conversion successful. What's that? Boulangerie owner from Belgium with low-grade narcolepsy and a penchant for buggery. My mother was a 15-year-old French prostitute named Chloe. Fair enough. I think for the first time ever, I've actually been rendered almost speechless. I don't know what to say. What a start for the Broncos. Conversion successful for Reynolds. Billy Walters, unbelievable. Who had Billy Walters for first try scorer? Ahoy there, James. Walters, dummies. Mam's running off his shoulder, fifth and last. They're on the front foot here. Broncos, Reynolds puts it high. This is what we keep an eye on. This is going to be hard to take. And it's dropped. And offside is Val Holmes. And this is a gift, 2 points off the penalty. Another penalty, Broncos. Oh, the shirt is ringing true so far tonight. Penalty Broncos t-shirts. Brand new and, well, not brand new anymore. New and available. poptillyouDrop.com.au, the official merchandise home of Wasted World of Sports. Penalty Broncos. Justified, by the way. The Cowboys, Reynolds putting them under the pump with the kicks. It's exactly what we were talking about. He's going to kick them to death all night in this wet weather. Taulungi spills it cold. Val Holmes picks it up instinctively. Are they going to take the 2 here? Yes, they are taking the 2. Wasted World of Sports, take the 2 t-shirts now available at the same place I just said. James, same game multi. Broncos halftime winners. Broncos 1-12 as Reynolds puts the 2-pointer over and the Broncos race out to an 8-0 lead. And this is exactly what we were talking about, isn't it? The Cowboys' defense early in games, very vulnerable, very suspect. And once again, they've given up a big advantage early. What a start. Cowboys to get us back underway. Trailing 8-0. Stags will take the hit up. You're joking. Penalty Broncos. Oh, this is going crazy tonight. Another penalty to the home side. Cletus Cotter giving away the cheap territory. A pushing penalty. KO is just an absolute mess at the moment. We're going to have to live with being 10 seconds. Well, I think I'm up to 14 or so seconds now. The kick into touch is up to the 40-meter line. This is a quality start for the Broncos on the sacred turf of Lang Park / Suncorp Stadium. 5 from 5 completions. The Cowboys have only had the ball the once. 7.5 gone, man, with the short pass back inside to Corey Jensen. The defense holds firm for now. Carrigan in midfield. Takes fifth and last. Reynolds is here on the right-hand side. He puts it high again down the middle of the field. Perfectly placed. The Broncos are up and they spill the ball this time. It was on there, though. It was on again. The Cowboys survive. Tristan Saylor was through. He won the battle in the air. Just couldn't quite hold on to the ball. Ominous signs early here for the Cows, though. Just their second set of 6 now. Cletus up over halfway. That's a good charge, but it's the 5th and last. They've just made it into Broncos territory here. The Chad. He has a high kick of his own. Pressure on the kick chase. Oh, it's well taken to the back. Jesse Arthur's secure under the high ball. And I've got to say it, but I have to say it. How much? I mean, we're only 10 minutes in. Oh, Selwyn Cobbo just comes up with the first error for the Broncos. A sloppy play of the ball. Here's an opportunity for the Cowboys to get themselves back. A huge opportunity. Sir Matthew, ahoy there, mate. Go Broncos. Support from PNG. Scrum down, 10 metres out. The Cowboys, can they strike back? To the left they go. Oh, there's a big gap that opens up, but it shuts just as quickly. And Val Holmes is chopped down a metre short. Taumalolo on the crash ball. The Broncos defence holds firm. They get a 6 again here, the Cowboys. This could actually turn out to be a really high-scoring game, considering the conditions. Chad out the back to Dearden. Cut out pass to Val. Val's wrapped up. A solid tackle on the goal line. Reynolds and Staggs. They're not breaking the line at the moment. And Cletus is thumped in the tackle by Jensen. Gets the offload away. Drinkwater with the cutout pass. Cobbo wraps up Laybutt. Lucky to not get done for a leg pull there, I thought. Tackle 4 now, Cowboys. They're still a couple of metres out. They go right, and Chad spills it cold. Oh, it's almost as if he never took the Sharks jersey off with that play. And off the hook. The Broncos hold on. 8 points to 0 it remains. That's the first real attacking raid for the Cows. And the Broncos, they had just enough answers. Scrum down, 10 out from their own line. Broncos have it. The Broncos have won 7 of 20 games without Payne Haas. Well, I dare say, as interesting a statistic as that is, I would say that there's probably been other mitigating factors in that. As Tristan Saylor goes on a run, he beats 2. He's brought down by McLean. They're over halfway again. The Broncos really chewing up the meters. Carrigan again has the last carry of the set. 5th and last. Reynolds on the short side, puts it high. Pressure on the kick chase. He's just going to do this all night. They've let it bounce, the Cowboys. This could go anywhere. It's been lost forward. It sits up for Mam. Mam gets the offload away, and Jesse Arthurs will score in the corner. And there is a tick on the multi. Jesse Arthurs scores, and the Cowboys continue to just leak points early in games. Jesse Arthurs scores in the corner, and that's a tick on the multi, nice and early. And again, it's a mistake from the Reynolds kick. It's everything that we talked about in the pre-game. It pops up nicely for the Broncos, and then they just had them stretched completely on the left hand. So, has he got a touch on the ball there? We might need a slightly closer look at that. There might be a cheeky little finger on the ball. This one will go under closer observation from the TMO, I'm sure. Oh, it might have touched his hand. We need to zoom in on that. I think it's fine, but we might have to have a closer look. I think it's fine. Jesse Arthur's giving us a tick on the multi. Try confirmed. There you go. There was no touch. I'm keeping an eye on my bets. I want to see what sort of cash-out offers they give me. I'm all about the cash-out offers now. If they make me a suitable offer, conversion successful. 14 points to 0. Again, the Cowboys leak a huge lead early in the contest. Broncos rocking the old school jersey. That's probably what it is. When was this jersey from? Michelle might know, being a Broncos supporter and all. This was like early 90s, wasn't it? The old triangles, diamonds, I mean, not triangles. The diamonds. Cowboys get us back underway. 14 points to 0. The Broncos, as soon as I saw it was raining, we made the call to switch from the Cowboys to the home team. The conditions fall straight into Adam Reynolds' favor, right in his wheelhouse. A kick on tackle 4. It's inside the 40. No chance of a 40-20. Didn't have the right angle, but it is just keeping the Cowboys pinned down in their own territory. And that's all they need to do now. Adam Reynolds and the Broncos, they can control, they can dictate the rest of this game if they choose to. They will obviously still continue to play and try and win by bigger. Cover boy, ahoy there. Alan Nail, ahoy. Now they spread it wide, the Cows do. Taulungi puts the kick in field for Val Holmes. And Val Holmes, was he onside? The Cowboys strike back. It's almost as if, let's have a look, he's onside. Oh, is he? We need to have a look at the onside line. But Val Holmes with the try. It is not just raining. Not just raining rain, it's raining tries. This is a crazy start in the weather. These Cowboys games are following a really set script, aren't they? They leak points early and then they fight back. It's been the same week in, week out. Has the try been confirmed? Yes, it has been. I thought they might have wanted to have a look at that offside line. Very, very close. Considering the conditions, I'm really surprised at just the pace and expansiveness of this game. Valentine Holmes has kicked 16 straight goals at Suncorp Stadium. Well, I would say he's about due for a miss. If I were a betting man, he must be due for a miss. It's probably not going to be this one, though. This is an easy kick. And he puts it straight down the middle for 17 straight. Jamie says it's their heritage jersey from 1994, apparently. Okay, I was close. I said 91, 92. Which actually, now that it's been confirmed that it's 94, that makes sense. Because 91, 92, didn't they win the premiership? So, yeah, they would have had the traditional jerseys then. Conversion successful. 14 points to 6. The Cowboys have answered. James says he won't miss that one. As I said, he paid his cocaine debt weeks ago. Tackle 3 now for the Cowboys. Down the short side goes Robson to Dearden. Dearden dummies and goes straight through a big gap. Support in field. Out to goes to Taulungi, who cuts back in field and spills the ball. Defense solid from the Broncos. In the end, they scrambled. But a very concerning sight to see it just opening up for Dearden. Tony Staggs caught hook, line, and sinker with that dummy. The tackle from Ezra. Try saver, potentially. This is a crazy start. Well, the Cowboys are doing exactly what I said they would do. They're playing their natural game despite the conditions. They're throwing the ball around. They are making mistakes. As we have a little bit of a stoppage here, Jordan Ricky seems to be bleeding from the lip or the chin. Somewhere on the face. But this is just crazy, the way that these Cowboys games seem to go. Utterly insane. Walters caught a bit high there. Around the shoulder, says the referee. Come on, it's been a while since we've had penalty Broncos. Ezra Mam almost goes through. He sold the dummy. Cletus nearly fell for it. Half a gap opened up. You can't give him too much more space than that. Heart attack stuff there from the Cows. Tackle 4. Carrigan steps inside 1. Shrugs off another. He's taken on the 5th and last. 10 metres out from the line. They're lined up to the right here. Reynolds puts the grubber kick in. And it's a try for Tony Staggs. Is it? Turn around, mate. Let me see your number. I can't believe what we're seeing. This game in the conditions. 3 tries now for the Broncos, 1 for the Cowboys. In torrential downpour, they are setting Suncorp Stadium alight, these two teams. I thought for sure Reynolds had bombed this. They had them stretched. They just needed to go through the hands, I thought. But the grubber kick into the end goal. And it is the Adam Reynolds show, kicking the Cowboys to death. Just like we discussed in the chat room before the stream. We're only 20 minutes into this game. 18 points to 6. Who'd have thought that overs would be on the cards in this weather? That is insane to think. Adam Reynolds with the conversion attempt from just to the right of the post. He's pushed it into the upright. Oh, will that 2 points come back to haunt them? That's a bad miss. 18 points to 6 it remains. That was a shocking miss from Reynolds. Very pleasantly surprised at the moment with the way that these two teams are playing in the conditions. 19 and a half to go till the break. Cowboys get us back underway. Stags takes it. Fletcher Baker with the hit up. Reynolds must have a debt. It was a very suspect miss. I mean, he wasn't... When I say he wasn't even close, I mean, it hit the upright and bounced away, so I guess technically it was close. But considering how easy that conversion should have been, it did hook back and take the upright, but as soon as it left the boot, you knew it was missing. Fifth and last, Reynolds again. High, straight down the middle. There's no real chase this time, so Drinkwater should take it. And he does. The chase was a little bit lazy that time from the Broncos. But again, and a penalty. They were up too quickly. And they've just done a lazy chase and now giving away the penalty for offside. They've just undone all that work. And Chad puts it into touch on the 40-metre line. Cowboys side of halfway. A frantic pace this has been played at. They quickly tap and go. Peter Griffin Neem up over halfway. McLean to Dearden. Dearden keeps it alive to Drinkwater, and it almost opens up in midfield for Drinkwater. He gets the offload back to Robson, and Peter Griffin Neem charging onto it. Takes tackle 3 now. 20 out from the line in the middle of the field. Dearden out to the left. Cut out pass to Val Holmes. Holmes steps Katoni Stags. Is caught by Reynolds. Tackle 4. They're 10 out. On the attack again. McLean dummies. Takes tackle 5. 2 meters out in front of the goalposts. Chad's over on the right. Puts the little grubber kick in. But well positioned is Tristan Saylor. Reece Walsh, take note. Perfect positioning. And now Cobbo on the short side. Wrapped up for tackle 2. DJ Shack says 18 points after 20 minutes. Wow. I feel like it might start to slow down a little bit now, though. Both teams have got it out of their system. Xavier Wilson with the hit up, 5th and last. Not as many meters here for the Broncos. Reynolds from inside the 40 gets a great angle on it. Drinkwater has to tap it back in. And he's tackled 5 meters out from his own line. Great chase from Katoni Stags. Great kick from Reynolds. Great chase, Stags. That's better from the Broncos. Keeping the Cowboys locked down in their own territory. Now Val Holmes spills the ball. That was a huge tackle. Adam Reynolds. Little man on little man. Reynolds on Holmes. Willison now fends off Peter Griffin for tackle 1. On the attack again now, the Broncos. Inside goes Cobbo. Beats 1. Straight over the top of Peter Griffin Neem, who's not having a good night on defense. Not the last 2 tackles. Anyway, Carrigan, dummies. Settles things down in midfield. Broncos. Big chance here. Reynolds holds the pass up for Ricky. The ball spills out to Tristan Saylor, but it spills out forward. Good defense on their goal line, Cowboys. The errors, as you would expect in these conditions, starting to creep in now for both teams. Let's get a cash out update. Are they offering me anything tasty? I've got so many little $1 multis on that are just ridiculous. I'm wondering if they're going to offer me anything decent. All right, well, I could cash out. The one that's on the screen, I could cash out for a profit right now if I wanted to. Yeah, nothing worth it. Tackle 4 now, the Cowboys. Off the back of that Broncos error. Should get themselves out of their own end. Cletus up over halfway. 5th and last. I did see somebody wearing a Cowboy hat. I didn't know who it was. DJ Shaq. It could very well have been Reece Walsh. Pressure on Tristan Sailor. He passes the test with flying colours. In the face of a good kick chase and competition from Val Holmes, Tristan does extremely well there. Thirteen and a half minutes to go till the halftime break. Coverboy says indeed he is wearing one, so there you go. Interesting attire. Reynolds with the Harbour Bridge pass. Out to Mariner. Mariner beats a couple. Half a gap opens up and he's still going. Wrapped up 30 out from the Cowboys line. 5th and last. Walters from dummy half puts the kick in himself. Turns Drinkwater around. Drinkwater falls. He's a metre out from his own in goal. Does well in the end there, Drinkwater. But the Cowboys, again, they're pinned down here. Broncos, they can't afford to give away any silly penalties here. Big hit from Willison in midfield. Neem dumped on his back. And he spills the ball. Peter Griffin Neem comes up with the error. Big defense. The Broncos, they're not just kicking them to death at the moment. They're also tackling them to death. They will want more reward. The Broncos, I get the feeling, for all the momentum, they need a little bit more reward than a 12-point lead. Scrum down. This is a big opportunity. With 12 minutes to go till halftime, Reynolds out the back to Tristan Sailor. Steps back in field. 15 metres out. Reynolds slots into dummy half. And Jaden Hunt lines up. Takes it to within 10. Crash ball from big Xavier Willison. Almost reaches out. Tackle 3. They are centimetres short now. It's Tristan Sailor puts the grubber kick in. Kyle Felt reads it like a book. Taps it dead, but that's a result, potentially. The Cowboys. Do you risk... Well, yeah, do you risk a short dropout in these conditions? We'll find out. Drinkwater takes it. He does indeed go short. Places it perfectly. And they're up to compete. And the Cowboys come down with it. Peter Griffin Neem. Solid there from the Cowboys. Boy, do they need that. 10 minutes to go till the break. They're just hanging on in there, the Cowboys. Up over halfway. Cletus at the back to Dearden. Crash ball to Finney. I don't know his name. Finney Fuaki. Finney Fuaki. Tristan Sailor again. Secure under the high ball. Junior Luds. Ahoy there, mate. Very solid performance from Tristan Sailor. I mean, it's a no-brainer for me. Tristan Sailor is better than Reece Walsh. Reece has a lot more X factor, but Tristan is the more reliable, solid player. Defensively and on attack, he hasn't made a single handling error yet. Reynolds on the fifth and last, 40 out from the Cowboys line. That's a better kick. It's contestable. Oh, and knocked on. Jordan Ricky makes a complete mess of that ball. And it's 0 tackle for the Cowboys in great field position now. Val gets the offload away. Expansive play in the conditions. Felt with a big don't argue on Ezra. Gets the offload away again. Helter-skelter stuff. And now Chad gets the arms free. And Scott Drinkwater goes straight through a big hole. Stands up Tristan Sailor. Ezra Mam comes back at him. Has he made the error? Ezra thinks he's lost it. Drinkwater, he's claiming it. Who's telling Porky Pies? It's gone up as no try. Ezra Mam has pulled off an absolute miracle here if he has saved this try. Well, Kyle Felt's just lingering in the defensive line, so... Well, there's an obstruction. Oh... No obstruction. Play on. Ezra Mam comes back at him. Gets a hand there. He gets his hand in there, Ezra. He's short there, Drinkwater. Gets it down. That's a try. Scott Drinkwater. Fantastic effort by Ezra Mam, considering he was impeded with. Did extremely well to get back there. But unfortunately for Ezra, his efforts were in vain. $18 points to 10, the kick to come as soon as this is awarded. Mind you, the longer they look at it, it makes you wonder. Try awarded. 18 points to 10. Conversion to come from out wide. And once again, we are just left to stand here and wonder. The Cowboys. What could be if they stop giving up these huge leads at the starts of games? I mean, they could be, should be quite comfortably ahead going into the halftime break. But they just start every game by leaking over 10 points. It's crazy. James says, all Queensland wet weather coming from Harp. Yes. Yes, our brand new Harp machine. Well, I don't know if it's new, but they're definitely testing it out over Suncorp tonight, although it looks like the rain's eased up. The Broncos probably just didn't quite take full advantage of that torrential downpour. Holmes from the sideline. This one's on target. By God, it's on target. The man just can't miss at Suncorp Stadium. What's that, 17 or 18 in a row now for Val Holmes at Suncorp? And it's 18 points to 12. It was the offloads that did it there for the Cowboys. The Broncos guilty of not wrapping up the ball. Back to a 6-point ball game. This is shaping up to be another classic Cowboys-Broncos game. Peter Griffin-Neame with the hit up. He's collared in the tackle by Jordan Riki. 7 minutes to go until the halftime break. Kathleen Panao, the Cows. Don't risk it. Conditions may not be right. Still okay. All good. Cowboys. And it is the Cowboys with Cletus up over the 40. Fifth and last now. Right on halfway. Solid set. Slow play the ball here on the last. Chad puts the kick high into the corner. That's a good kick from Chad. Rushing forward and taking it well. Jesse Arthurs, great take. Broncos look a little bit out on their feet at the moment. Maybe they started just a little bit too over-enthusiastic. James says, did you hear the commentary? The NRL have so many great fullbacks, but it lacks halfbacks. Go figure. Fifth and last now for the Broncos. Short side. Reynolds will just put it high. It's a high looper. Drinkwater should take it easily. There's no chance. Oh, and he spilt these beans. Drinkwater. Right in front of the post. 10 meters out. Fumbles the high ball. It should have been a regulation catch. There was absolutely no kick chase to speak of. And another Reynolds high ball brings a result for the Broncos. Oh, that could be a massive mistake. With 5 minutes to go till the halftime break. Ezra Mam over on the right-hand side. Confusion there with Stags, but it's a penalty. Penalty Broncos. Penalty to the Broncos. They're going to take the 2. From right in front, they're going to take the 2, and that is indeed Reece Walsh. Are they taking the 2? Yes, they are. Taking the 2. This will make up for that absolute disaster of a conversion he just had before. Stretch that lead back out to 20 points to 12 with 4 minutes to go until the break. What a wild ride this first half has been. Scott Drinkwater, he's still shaking his head. He can't believe he's come up with that error. Leading to points. There's no way Cowboys score 2 tries in 3 minutes. You would think not. 20 points to 12. Broncos, they stretch the lead back out again. Andy, ahoy there. A good Friday. A very good Friday. Every Friday would be nice if I kept winning $800 on my bets. Cowboys with the restart. Taken by Stags to Willison for the hit up. 2.5 minutes to go until the halftime break. Oh, wow, the scoreboard's fallen behind again. There we go. 2.5 to go. The Broncos just edging it out at the moment. I would say the game thus far has gone pretty much to our pre-game discussions. A big hit up there by Hetherington. A nice run from Pat Carrigan now, 5th and last. Look for Reynolds to put it high. It's the exact same kick. Drinkwater wants no part of it. It's Kyle Felt who loses it. It's been picked up by Selwyn Cobbo, and Selwyn Cobbo scores. Oh, Adam Reynolds is absolutely kicking them to death. Oh, he's called a knock-on against Cobbo. It's gone up as no try. And I've got to say, Selwyn does not look confident at all. He looks a little bit sheepish there. Selwyn. It's knocked back by Kyle Felt. And Cobbo has knocked it on. Oh, that's unfortunate. That would have been huge going into the halftime break. Cheeky little knock on there, Selwyn. Well spotted by the referee as well, I must say. Off the hook here, the Cowboys. That would have been huge going into the break. Incredible. UFC says that's his second knock on. The Broncos have won their past 20 games when leading at the halftime break. Good news, Broncos supporters. 1 minute to go. They will definitely have that lead going into halftime. 20. They're 20 past games. They go on and win the match. And now, another error from the Cowboys. The Broncos will have one last shot. It's Peter Griffin-Neame with about his 50th drop ball of the evening. And the Broncos are going to have one last crack here. Scrum down. There's 35 seconds left. Scrum down. Put the ball up in the air. That's what I would go. They've had a lot of success with those high balls. Put it up in the air. 27 seconds. Maybe there's time for another couple of plays here. Reynolds. Dummies. Inside goes outside. Bam puts the kick in, but they've read it here, the Cowboys. And it's been knocked on by Dane Mariner. And that will be the halftime break. Well, they gave it a shot. I don't think that was the option there, Ezra. They could have got another play. Taulungi, he did just enough to read that play. 20 points to 12 at halftime. Who'd have thought when we saw that torrential downpour that we would see 32 points in the first half? I certainly didn't. I'd pretty much resigned myself to the fact that my multi had zero chance of getting up when I saw the rain, because I thought we were in for a really tight, low-scoring affair. It looks like we're going to be in for a really tight, high-scoring affair. $20 points to 12 at the break. I think both teams will go into the sheds thinking that there could have been so much more. The Broncos, they didn't really go on with or secure their early game advantage. And for the Cowboys, once again, they will be left lamenting giving up those points so easily early on in the contest. $20 points to 12 at the halftime break. And it is pretty much at the moment going to script. It's everything that we talked about in the pregame. Adam Reynolds in the conditions, just out kicking his Cowboys counterpart. Halftime here, Wasted World of Sports. I will have myself a very quick break for the half, and then we'll be back for the second half action right after this. Broncos 20, Cowboys 12, second half coming up. Halftime here. 20 points to 12. The Broncos just doing the job on the Cowboys at the moment. Egg, ahoy there, mate. Ivan, Storm, ahoy. Dean loves stuff, ahoy. How's everybody going? Waste of Water Sports. Some action for the rest of the weekend. We have coming up tomorrow, Dragons versus the Sea Eagles. Titans versus the Dolphins. Not the most exciting games, to be honest. And then Sunday, the old Panther will be here pre-game. And then we've got the Warriors versus Knights and the Sharks versus the Raiders. That's a biggie. The Sharks extremely under strength. I feel like they might, regardless of my preseason predictions, I think the Sharks might struggle this week against the Raiders. They are severely injury depleted. I still have to back my team, though, don't I? And then, of course, April 1st, Easter Monday, public holiday, Eels versus the Tigers, and without Mitchell Moses, a very key cog in the Eels machine, the Tigers could be a red-hot chance of an upset there on Monday. Big weekend of Wasted World of Sports action coming up. Halftime here, though. 20 points to 12 in favour of the Broncos. Very special shout-out to the Wasted World of Sports All-Stars. James, Dustin Fisher, Who's Your Caddy, Richard J, Mr. Ed's Dead, Robert M, Vobsy, Kelly, and DJ Shaq. A very big cheers. Our Wasted World of Sports All-Stars. You, too, can become a Wasted World of Sports All-Star simply by heading to the channel on YouTube and clicking the join button. $1.50 a month. You can cheer from the stands and support the channel. Or you can check out Wasted World of Sports on Patreon for the exact same offers. As I always say, not expected, but very much appreciated. And yes, I appreciate each and every one of you and everybody, regardless if you join the membership or not. I appreciate you just being here and hanging out with me. Here on the Wasted World of Sports. Half time, as I said, 20 points to 12. Our same-game multi's not looking too crash-hot. Not looking too bad either, really. All things considering. But hey, who am I to complain? I'm already up over $800 today, so there's that. We've got to put things in perspective. It's been a tough season so far in the Rugby League on the multis, but it's been a fantastic start to the Major League Baseball. Duck my sick. What a fabulous username. Oh, I bet there are so many streamers out there that very quickly say that name and get it all kinds of messed up. Cowboys for the win. Watch the Broncos drop the second half like they did the finals. Oh, how good was that? You know what? I still, just quietly, this is how much I dislike the Broncos. It's pretty much a weekly ritual at this point that I make time to watch the highlights of the grand final. I would actually legitimately make my phone wallpaper Reece Walsh missing that last tackle on Nathan Cleary in the grand final. Yeah, I particularly dislike the Broncos. Anyways, it'll be interesting to keep an eye on the weather. I do believe, having said that, I also put personal feelings aside when making predictions. So I think if the rain sets in, Adam Reynolds will continue to kick the Cowboys to death. If it starts to dry up, or not even necessarily dry up, but sorry, I'm a bit distracted down here. Yeah, not even necessarily dry up. If it just stops raining, that brings the Cowboys well and truly back into the contest. Well, I mean, not that they're out of the contest, but you know what I mean. If it does cease to rain, it really could open up in the second half for the Cows. James says the hangover has faded. Oh, fantastic. You do, of course, realize that the best cure for a hangover, of course, is to just drink again the next day. Wake up with a hangover, just get straight back into it. Just keep right on going. All over again. Ivan Storm says, Dan, you're just fine with someone using your pick and put an egg on it. I can't really stop him, can I? And there's worse things he could have put on my photo than an egg, let's face it. Kylie Stapleton, ahoy there. You want to SAR. UFC Only Fam says exactly. And JJo says that's the spirits. Exactly. I haven't had a hangover in 7 years. That's a pretty solid effort. You know what also helps too? If you remember a glass of water, and I mean like a big glass of water, a healthy glass of water, not just a little sip. Big glass of water. Down the hatch right before bed. Oh, Louis, ahoy there. Sorry, mate. I've just realized that you were here earlier and I didn't say ahoy. That's on me. That's my bad. Those bombs from Renault were an absolute nightmare for drink water. Absolutely. Duck My Sick says prediction on Panthers versus Sea Eagles. Panthers. When's that? Is that next weekend? Panthers all the way. For supporters of other teams, I really hate to tell you, but Panthers are winning the comp. Again. This will be very devastating news for supporters of other teams, like myself. But that's all right, because my team's never going to win the comp, so... Ivan Storm says, swim in the pool for the whole day. Best remedy for a hangover. Not great for you. Like, wouldn't you just prune up? You would look like spending all day in the pool. You would come out of that looking like you're about 100 years old, wouldn't you? All pruned up. I mean, it goes away, of course, but... Second half is underway. Let's get this game going. A great first half. Very exciting given the conditions. Let's hope the second half can carry on. And continue with the tone and excitement of the first half. Would also be very nice if my KO Sports worked properly. Fifth and last, good set here for the Broncos. They've taken it up over halfway. Reynolds to put the kick in. Oh, it's high. It's a monster. Rushing forward is Drinkwater, and he does well to hold on to it. And now it opens up for him. Drinkwater's away. Up to the 40. That was better from Scott Drinkwater. Tackle 2. Kyle Felt takes it up over halfway. This is a great start for the Cows. Tackle 3. 35 out. The Chads over on this. Oh, James. That's hilarious. Chad out the back to McIntyre. 5th and last. Cowboys trying to milk a penalty. Chad puts a dinky little kick. He's got those little popcorn kicks. Oh, it's tapped back in field. And it's forward. The Chad was backing up. Thinks he scored a try, but it's called forward by the referee. Oh, the Broncos. Hearts were in mouths collectively around the stadium momentarily. Those high balls are definitely the way to go tonight, even though that wasn't exactly a high one. Chad can't kick the ball for high. Let's have a look at the replay. Oh, that might be... They didn't really blow up about it, though, the Cowboys. That didn't seem to bother them too much. Carrigan to Reynolds. Reynolds out the back to Saylor. They've got an overlap here. The Broncos, the pass was not crisp. Was it touched down by a Cowboy? No, says the referee. Staggs is appealing for it. But maybe he just can't accept that that was a terrible pass. 5th and last now, on halfway. 8 offloads to 0, the Cowboys. That's what's been doing the damage for them. Reynolds again. A towering bomb. Drinkwater doesn't even contest this one. Ezra Mam gets the second kick in. A grubber that is very easily collected by Drinkwater. He doesn't want any piece of those high balls. Kyle Felt. How is there life left in those old legs? He's doing extremely well. Sam McIntyre on tackle 4. Staying on the short side here, the Cowboys. 5th and last, just short of halfway. The high ball, no pressure at the back on Tristan Saylor. Makes no mistake. He's had a really solid game, but he's picked up and driven backwards in a 3-man tackle. And they thump him down on his back on his own 20-meter line. Yeah, buzz from what? Buzz from what, Louis? What are we buzzing on? Good Lord, KO. Why is KO Sports so bad lately? Tackle 4, Willison. Oh, pressure on Drinkwater again with that high ball. It's another monster. He does extremely well to catch it, falling forward. They will just keep peppering him with those until the mistake is made. Cowboys doing it tough, coming out of territory. Lay butt, change of direction, beats 1. 5th and last. The Chad puts it into the corner, finds grass, and it sits up for Tristan Saylor at the back. Passing back infield, risky stuff in these conditions, just to gain an extra couple of meters. Or maybe he was conscious of being dragged over the sideline. That's a risky pass, though, in this sort of weather. Tackle 4 here for the Broncos. Fifth and last big defense there from Peter Griffin-Neame. Ma'am, crushed again. Peter Griffin-Neame putting in the hard hits in this second half. Reynolds from just outside the 40. Puts it high. Drinkwater attacks it. Takes it on the full under no kick chase pressure. Granville comes onto the field. 20 points to 12. No change to the halftime score. And there is Granville straight on the field and goes on a dart from dummy half and chews up some great meters. Gives the Cowboys front foot ball. Chad, dummies. Beats Carrigan. But he's wrapped up for tackle 4. Robson from dummy half to Dearden in midfield. Drinkwater puts the grubber kick in. It sits up in the end goal, and the Broncos have to play at it. It's knocked dead by Mariner. Thwarts the danger, but it's a result potentially for the Cowboys. Let's see. Adam Reynolds has not had great success with these short kickoffs, these short restarts. This one's a lot better. It's high in the air. It's contestable. It's more than contestable. They let it bounce. The Cowboys, and it bounces kindly for them. Nanai's got it. 20 out from the Broncos line. Drinkwater out the back to Dearden. Oh, they've got numbers here. The Cowboys, Val Holmes, switch of play with Taulagi. They just ran out of space on themselves there, the Cowboys. Granville in midfield, feeds it onto McIntyre. Tackle 3. Inside 10 here, the Cowboys. Chad, the flat pass to Nene. Nowhere to go. Great goal line defense. Oh, they've given away a 6 again. They've given away a ruck infringement here, the Broncos. Tackle 1, half a metre short. Granville plays it. Robson fires it out left to the Chad. Crash ball. Peter Griffin-Neame. Driven backwards. They've lost ground. Helpful, though, as I say. When you're that close to the line, very helpful. Dearden dummies goes on his own. Carrigan doesn't fall for it. Wraps him up. Organising the troops in defence. Carrigan. Chad dummies goes on his own. They're not falling for the dummies. The Broncos, they're lining up their target. And they're hitting. Drinkwater with the cutout pass. Intercepted by Selwyn Cobbo. Shut the gate. Oh, Dearden's coming across with great pace. He's got him. Todd Dearden with an absolute miraculous try saver. Tom Dearden. It's going up as a try, but we'll take a look. Tom Dearden with a Scott Sattler special. That is a potential match winner from Tom Dearden. How did he have the pace? Selwyn Cobbo was away, and I thought, shut the gate. And then out of nowhere, like a whippet with a bum full of dynamite, there is Tom Dearden. Just appearing out of nowhere. Cobbo, he's in touch. That is a potential match-winning effort from Tom Dearden. Take a bow. I don't think Cobbo even grounded it properly, having seen the replay. That is a potential match winner. That is the most incredible thing I've ever seen. I don't think Cobbo even grounds it anyway. Keep an eye on the points. 20 points to 12. It will revert to Tom Dearden. Take a bow. That was incredible. If the Cowboys win this by one score, remember that moment. Tom Dearden showing great commitment. Incredible stuff. Tackle 3 now, Cowboys. Chad, the pass out to Nene. Tackle 4, Peter Griffin-Neame. Takes it over halfway. 5th and last, the Chad puts it high. Racing forward, Saylor does extremely well. Tristan Saylor's had an absolute blinder. .28.5 minutes to go. 8 points the difference on the back of that Tom Dearden match winner. Well, not match winner, match saver, I should say. Try saver, match saver. I am stunned, quite frankly, that Selwyn Cobbo didn't have the pace. 5th and last, Broncos back to halfway. They're finding meters hard to come by. Good kick chase there. Tyson Smurthy and Adam Reynolds following up his own kick. Risky offload on Drinkwater, spills it. There's an unnecessary offload and the mistake. Broncos in with a chance again now. Another error at the back from Drinkwater. Wasn't expecting that offload, though. To be fair, it was a suicidal offload. Their 10th error for the game, the Cowboys. Big set of 6, this one, because that potentially just nullifies that work. Ezra Mann puts on a step, wrapped up in a 3-man tackle. 10 out from the line. I'll tell you what I'm surprised. Oh, it just opens up. What's going on there? Tyson Smurthy, it suddenly just opened up for him. He wasn't even doing anything. He gets the ball from dummy half, and then suddenly he looks up, and there is just acres of space open in front of him to dive over the try line. That is some terrible goal line defense from the Cowboys. They play the ball 8 meters out from the line. Smurthy collects it. It just opens up. And after all the hard work, it comes undone so quickly. Jim Fa'ave getting in early there, mate. Up the Warriors. Getting in nice and early for the Warriors. Warriors Knights. Sunday. Reynolds from right beside the post surely makes no mistake out of this one. 26 points to 12. It's the Broncos. Well on top now. And Tom Dearden must just be, just quietly in his own mind, he must be very heaved off right about now. To give up a try so easily on the back of all that hard work, that chase. Disappointing for Dearden. Disappointing for the Cows. Broncos leading by 14. 25 minutes left. Cowboys absolutely must be the next to score. They must be the next to score. It's that simple. Back underway. Broncos with the ball. Attacking the short side. Something a little bit different. Now they go open. Carrigan up over the 40. Good charge from Pat. Looking to get the arm free. He's pushed backwards. Fifth and last on halfway. Good set there. Solid from the Broncos to Reynolds. He puts it high. Pressure on the kick chase. The Cowboys stand and watch it. It falls for the Broncos and then they come up with the error. Jeez, they are living dangerously with those high balls. The Cowboys just standing back and watching. Katoni Staggs, they said, here, mate, have a gift. And he very nearly made them pay. Oh, and from dummy half, Valentine Holmes, they can't make this many mistakes, the Cowboys, and expect to stay in the contest. It's another error. Valentine Holmes trying to go quickly from dummy half. He just forgot to take the ball with him. The Broncos, this is a big, big chance. They will go a long, long way to sealing this game if they score here. Around the grounds with the DJ Shack. The Rebels have upset the Waratahs 27-21. What was the overs on that game? I think I remember we were debating about what the overs, whether it was going to be overs or unders. $56. Oh, okay. So it was unders. Ezra Mam on the short side. Change of direction back into midfield for Selwyn Cobbo. Carrigan to Reynolds. Reynolds dummies. Passes inside to Tristan Saylor. Well read by the defense. Tackle 4. 10 meters out. Reynolds in midfield to Carrigan. Out the back of shape to Ezra Mam. Cobbo takes them on. Dummies the flick pass. Fifth and last. Oh, he's lost it. Selwyn Cobbo. He's got the dropsies tonight. And in fairness, the conditions are leading to a lot of dropped ball. But yeah, Selwyn, he's definitely had the dropsies this evening. More so than normal. Cowboys win the scrum. It's a long way back now for North Queensland. There's plenty of time. 21 and a half minutes. It's more than enough time. They just can't keep making such fundamental handling errors, in the conditions or not. It's inexcusable to have such a high error rate. Quite frankly. 21 minutes to go. I just can't believe how terrible the service is. Oh, and another mistake. I've just said they can't keep making these fundamental errors. Twenty and a half minutes to go. Broncos well in control here. 14 points. They can just kick to the corners. They don't have to do anything silly. Fifth and last. Not a lot of meters gained. Reynolds from inside the 50. Kicks for the corner. Dribbles into touch. And Drinkwater at the back, happy to just watch it go over the sideline. Reynolds very happy for it to go over the sideline. Look at that stat, the kick meters. 612 kick meters for the Broncos to 350 by the Cowboys. That is insane. We talked all pregame about how Reynolds will outkick the Cowboys in these conditions. And a penalty to the Cowboys. High contact. High contact late in the tackle count. Justo, the orchestrator, ahoy! Opportunity now for the Cowboys. They must strike now. Non-negotiable. Big defense here, driving the Cowboys back over into their own side of halfway. Taumalolo says, just for one tackle. Thanks. We'll be back this side of halfway. Robson spots half a gap. They're 30 out now, the Cowboys. They have to score soon, you would think. Trailing by 14. There's still time, but they need to score soon. They go left. Dearden holds up the pass. Gets the offload back to Drinkwater. Drinkwater spills it. Oh, he's got the dropsies hardcore tonight, Drinkwater. It's been a real mixed bag. Zero tackle Broncos. Now the Broncos getting the offloads away. And on zero tackle, they bring it up outside their 20-meter line. Tristan Saylor from dummy half. Some good meters. 84% completion rate for the Broncos. A measly 60% for the Cowboys. Another beautiful offload. Tristan Saylor steps. It opens up for him in midfield. Saylor. Great tackle by Dearden again. Try saver. Kevin, ahoy there, mate. Come on, Selwyn, need a try score. Selwyn needs to hold on to the ball. He's had the dropsies tonight. Carrigan, change of direction. Hard to keep up with in these conditions. Fifth and last Broncos. 10 meters out. Reynolds puts the grubber kick in. Looking for Carrigan. Dearden's back there again to save the day. And it's a result. The referee's called on the TMO. Reynolds was kicking purposely for Carrigan here, and they're looking at a potential obstruction on Pat Carrigan. Just a collision, nothing in that. I think it'll be a goal line dropout. Common sense prevails here. Jaden Morris, ahoy mate. I think the Cows are done. The short dropout, contestable. The Cowboys come away with it. Ezra Mam can't believe it. He just throws his arms up. Play on. Cowboys have it. I reckon, what have we got? Okay, 14 points 14 points the difference. 6 again on halfway. And now, space down the left. Taulagi steps back in field. Well wrapped up by Mariner. Tackle 1. They're 30 out. I was going to say, I think they have to score before 10 minutes left on the clock. One of their tries. They could probably bag a couple of tries in the last 10 minutes with momentum. But they really must score, I think, in the next 5 to make that a possibility. And here's Dearden to Drinkwater. Drinkwater, a rushed pass out the back to nobody. Taulagi gets back to collect it, but that's tackle 3. Katoni Staggs, more good defense. The Chad in midfield. The cutout pass is almost intercepted again. It's tapped forward, knocked down by the Broncos. It will be another full set of 6 here for the Cowboys. Here comes Corey Oates. Corey Oates onto the field. It's crazy. There's still so much time left in this game. 14 and a half minutes. There is time for the Cowboys. 10 meters out from the line. Dearden to McLean. Just takes the tackle. 5 out, just to the left of the post. Pressure still on here. Chad, the cutout pass, hits the mark. Labored. Rushes the pass away. And Kyle Felt can't collect it. It's over his head and it's into touch. And a very resigned look on the face of Ming the Merciless up in the coach's box. He doesn't look so much like Ming anymore. The nickname is going to stick. But he doesn't look like him since he had a shave. As the Broncos, the defense holds firm again. All right, let's see if something happens while I have a very quick break. All right. Nothing happened. That's good. Twelve and a half minutes to go. Cowboys trailing by 14. Remember, I said I think they've got to score before the final 10 minutes. One of their tries. I think they can score 2 with momentum in the last 10 minutes. I don't think they can bag 3. They must score now. Chad. And there's another mistake. They cannot complete once more. I don't think Ming shaved. I think he's just torn his beard hair out throughout the course of this match. The frustration, despite the conditions, the errors the Cowboys are making. Unforgivable, really. The handling. It's been atrocious. $11 and a half to go. I feel like it's a step too far now for the Cowboys. They needed to score, I believe, in that period before the final 10 minutes. They needed to get at least 1 back. I don't think they can score 3 tries in the final 10 minutes. Broncos have it. They can just keep them pinned down here now. Reynolds to Sailor. Space opens up for Mariner. Cuts back infield. He beats Holmes. He's taken on tackle 4. 20 out quick play. The ball smoothie. Fires it back in midfield to Reynolds. Another huge cutout pass on the bounce. It sits up nicely for Oates. Oates takes 2 with him. He's 5 meters out. Corey Oates, what a run. 5th and last, Broncos. Ezra Mam has it, puts the grubber kick in for himself, and Ezra Mam wins the race, and he swims over the dead ball line in celebration of the match-winning try for the Brisbane Broncos. Well, the Broncos, we can put a tick on the Broncos' leg of the multi. In the last 10 minutes, we need a consolation try for Nanai or Felt. And then at least I get bonus bet money back on the 4 legs. Ezra Mam, nothing was really happening there. He put the grubber kick in for himself and then outpaces everybody to score the match-winning try for the Brisbane Broncos. Iggy, ahoy there, mate. Go horse. Go horsey. Mm. 30 points to 12. The kick to come. Well, since Ezra is obviously back in a positive mindset and playing well, maybe we can let Spencer Leniu back next week, huh? How does that sound? I think that's a pretty good deal. Reynolds from just to the left of post makes no mistake. 32 points to 12 with just under 9 minutes remaining. That will be the game. The Broncos have got the win. I am so glad I changed my tip right before kickoff. It was the wet weather. That's what it was. That was what sealed it for me. As the Cowboys go short. Felt gets up, taps it back, but the Broncos were waiting for it. Corey Oates, the veteran, positions himself perfectly to get in between the tap back and the rest of the Cowboys' attack. With 8.5 minutes to go and the game gone, the Cowboys have suddenly decided to lift a gear defensively. Mam bobbles the ball, manages to hold on, gets the pass out to Cobbo. 8 minutes left. Broncos ball. 30 out from the line. Carrigan to Reynolds. Reynolds will kick for the corner. It sets up for Mariner. No, it's over the sideline. $32 points to 12. Crazy. Cowboys, go quickly. 7.5. All right, we need Jeremiah Nanai or Kyle Felt for a consolation try. %59 completion rate for the Cowboys. I don't know if we've seen a game so far this year that bad. 20 from 34. Maybe the Sharks the other week against the Tigers. Maybe. But I don't think the Sharks were even quite this bad. Drinkwater to Holmes. Holmes steps back in field and loses it. James says, good to see Cleary's son doing well. Inside the last 7 minutes. 15 errors from the Cowboys, 6 to the Broncos. Tells the story, quite frankly. That statistic alone. Rod Walker says Cowboys pretenders. 59% completion rate. That's been the straw that broke the camel's back for the Cowboys, says DJ Shack. Fifth and last, and the Broncos just hammer it down into the corner. Perfect kicking from the Broncos. Oh no, Scott Drinkwater has dropped it in contact. Tackle one. Tackle one with 6 minutes to go. The game has gone perfectly to script. Adam Reynolds kicking into the corners, pinning them down here. The Cowboys coming up with the mistakes. It's almost as if we wrote this game before it happened. In the pregame, everything that we said, everything that we discussed in the chat room together has come to fruition big time. This has been a disastrous performance from the Cowboys. Scrum down, Broncos. Tristan Saylor goes on his own, backs into the defense. A metre short from the line. He's had a solid game. Tristan Saylor, he's been really impressive. Fletcher Baker goes close. 6 again for the Broncos. That's tackle one. Reynolds is out here on the left, puts the grubber kick through, and it sets up for Jordan Rick. No, it's not Jordan Ricky. It's Corey Bloody Oates. Corey Bloody Oates. And again, it's an Adam Reynolds kick. James is screaming for an offside in the chat room. I think it's all right from that angle. Front on's not going to tell us, though. We need a side-on angle. We need a side-on shot. Try confirmed. Oh, please. Please. I reckon that's a homer. That was a homer of a call. That was a Suncorp call, that one. Oh, I mean, it's close. It's close, but it was worthy of another look, I thought. It's very close. I think he's a step offside. That's a homer call, that one. That's a feel-good moment. We'll give it... The game's over anyway, so let's give it to him, basically, is what's happened there. I reckon he's a step offside there. Yep, I reckon Bunker's just gone. Feel-good moment. It won't affect the outcome since the Broncos have won anyway. Let's just award it. That's what I suspect has happened there, in all honesty. 38 points to 12. Well, this is turning into a hammering now. 3.5 minutes to go. Been a fabulous night for the home team. No, DJ Shack, exactly. DJ Shack says, I thought he was slightly offside too, but honestly, I'm not losing sleep over it. It didn't affect the result at all. The game was gone. Game was done. It really didn't matter. UFC says, will you be streaming tomorrow's games? That is certainly the plan at this stage. Reynolds puts it high on halfway again. Drinkwater takes it. Tristan Saylor's there to meet him. He's had such a solid game. I mean, can we please just acknowledge Tristan Saylor tonight? What an effort. Big boots to fill. I mean, when I say big boots to fill, I just mean a son following in his father's footsteps is what I mean. And he's put on a big effort tonight. The last 2 minutes of the game. Can we get a consolation try here for the Cowboys? Nanai or Felt? Give me my cash back. Catch you later, Gamer Mel. Holmes puts the grubber kick in. Sailor is there. Take a bow, Tristan Sailor. He's there to cover it off. Oh, Scott, I would say about 60 minutes into the game, I think I described Drinkwater as having a real mixed bag. 80 minutes now, I think he had a nightmare. It went in that final stages of this game, it's gone from a mixed bag into a complete and total nightmare scenario for Scott Drinkwater. Cletus to Tom Dearden. Through the hands they go. Off the face of Val Holmes. And that sums it up for the Cowboys. They were looking for a cutout pass there. And it's gone straight into the face of Val Holmes, who was trying to steer clear of the attacking line. And bounces into the Broncos' waiting arms. A gift-wrapped falcon. Summing up the night that it's been for the Cowboys. "20 seconds to go. What a night it's been for the home side. Fortress Suncorp once again. The wet weather helped. Played right into the hands of Adam Reynolds and his kicking game. Five seconds left. This will be the last play of the game. Reynolds from inside the 40. Straight down the throat of Felt. Felt runs across field. Surrenders in the tackle. Oh, it's going to be a penalty. Reynolds with an illegal strip on full time. It is going to be a penalty on the siren. And they've captains challenged it. Just to be an asshole, Adam Reynolds has decided to captain's challenge this. I don't know why he's captain's challenging this, because there's about 32 Broncos players in the tackle. The kick into touch, and this has now brought the Cowboys in range to just kick and hope. Put the ball high, tap, put it high. Dearden, although they're going to run it. Oh, there's suddenly 30 seconds left on the clock. How did that happen? Correct me if I'm wrong, but had the clock not run down to 0? Well, that took me by surprise. Cowboys, they'll have no more shots at it. That's the game. 38 points to 12. Reece Walsh shaking hands up in the coach's box as if he did something. Crazy. No Reece Walsh, and that's probably been the Broncos' best performance all season so far. What does that tell you? I mean, honestly, answer me that. No Reece Walsh. They just put on their best performance. Rod Walker says Broncos back in the 4 soon. Ivan Storm, thanks Dan, see you tomorrow. It's another NRL multi-loss. James says, what do the Broncos do with Tristan Sailor when Walsh comes back? Well, I know what I would do. I would have him starting, and I would have Reece Walsh playing reserve grade until he learns how to tackle. But that's just me. Rod Walker, thanks, Dan. As always, great stream. Thank you, Rod. Nice to see you again. Thanks for hanging out with me here on the Wasted World of Sports. DJ Shaq says, honestly, I think this game says a lot more about the Cowboys than the Broncos. Yeah, you're probably right about that, DJ Shaq. They were awful, weren't they? So bad. That's probably the worst performance I've seen the Cowboys in about 3 or 4 years, yeah? Crazy stuff. All right. I'm exhausted, so I won't do too much of a post-game, but thank you so much for joining me, everybody. Let me jump over to the screen here and do one last shout-out for the night to the Wasted World of Sports All-Stars. Thank you so much for your continued support. Not expected, but always appreciated. The Wasted World of Sports All-Stars who have gone to the Wasted World of Sports channel on YouTube or the Wasted World of Sports Patreon and hit the join button. Thank you so much, each and every one of you. I will be back tomorrow for another 2 games. Oh, yeah, sorry. James wants his special recognition, I think. James is not a channel member. James, the fullback there in the Parramatta Eels jersey in front of the post, closest to my face. James is not a channel member. He is the top super chatter. The top YouTube super chatter. And therefore, I think that justifies a spot in the All-Star squad. Because by super chatting, he's actually he's well and truly. What am I trying to say? I don't know. It's too late. It's too late in the night. All right, Wasted World of Sports. Thank you so much. I'm going to, before I head off, I'm going to try and insert some ads here because we've got to try and get that YouTube moolah. So thank you very much for your company. As always, I'll see you tomorrow. Another Wasted World of Sports NRL doubleheader coming up. Until then, cheers.
World of Sports, eh?
Oh, he's copped a head right to the nuts. Tedesco's butt crack. Ahoy! He's nearly taken security's head off.
I have no idea what the Wasted World of Sports is.